It is difficult to admit, but Cesargo could still use some help. Mages in Cyrodiil are all about politics. The Synod and the College of Whispers are too busy guarding secrets to bother to teach. Skyrim was not Cesargo's first choice, but Winterhold is removed from politics, dedicated to study. This is the place for Cesargo to become great. Cesargo has seen that Toftir likes you. You must be very skilled with magic, yes? Cesargo is working hard, but cannot do it alone. Can you help with this? Cesargo has worked hard on learning new spells, trying new things. This will make Cesargo stand out as a mage. But Cesargo works so hard, there is no time to test these new spells. If you help with the testing, this will make learning easier. Cesargo will give you scrolls. You will use them and report the results. This is a good plan, no? You tell Cesargo when you are ready. Ha! You can't resist, can you? Let's see. This one, I think. Cesargo has designed it to be an excellent flame cloak, with a twist. It is especially potent against the undead, and should burn them to a crisp in no time. Cesargo gives you plenty of these scrolls, so you try them and return when you can say whether they work. Cesargo awaits word of how well his scrolls work.
Magic might be good, but I don't quite understand what a spell can do better than a maze.
Cesargo is eager to hear how the scrolls are working.
I need your help with something. Something private. Not at all. I consider it a blessing. My family was convinced coming here was a death sentence, or worse. It took years of insisting that this is what I'm meant to do. Yes, but it needs to be kept quiet. I may have entered into an agreement with Enther. He had something I needed, so I traded him something of mine. It was a mistake, and now I want back what I gave him. It's an amulet that belonged to my family, and I never should have given it to Enther. But he won't deal with me. Talk to him. See what it'll take to get my amulet back. It doesn't matter. It's also none of your concern. Just talk to him. See if you can convince him to give my amulet back. I told you, it's from my family. I know they've always disapproved of what I wanted in life. To learn magic instead of becoming a farmer or a hunter. But no matter how poorly they may have treated me, they're still my family. I didn't consider that until after I made the trade. All right, then.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something? I still need some help. If you can... We're all trying to become better mages, right? Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me? Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask Cesargo. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and don't move. There. Now I... Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel all right? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results. I'm not really sure. I think it's just a minor miscalculation on my part. I'm sure it will wear off soon. When it does, you'll be perfectly fine, and then we can try again. In the meantime, I'll see about figuring out what went wrong.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits. Purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. I'd advise against it. Theft and assault can get you into trouble as well. As for research, well, a sufficient explanation will cover almost anything. If you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college grounds. I hope you've got some coin. Let's just take a look then. Oh my, how precious. Onmund is too afraid to deal with me himself, and so he sent you. I'll make this very simple for you. All my trades are final. Onmund knew this ahead of time and went through with it anyway. So there's nothing more to be said. Look how persistent you are. It's charming, really. Onmund gave up the first time I said no, but not you. All right, I'll tell you a little story. Let's pretend for a moment that a certain individual was looking to acquire a particular staff. Let's also pretend that he traded some valuable items for said staff. And it was only later that it was realized that this individual might misuse such a staff. The resulting disaster would reflect quite poorly on everyone involved. Are you following me? You're not very good at this, are you? Look, I traded a staff to someone and found out later that was a bad idea, so I'd like the staff back. Understand now? It's an entirely different situation. I don't expect you to comprehend the nuances of these matters. Regardless, I'm making you a very simple offer. You get me the staff, and I give you Onmund's precious amulet. Do we have a deal? Yes. I thought we'd gotten past that bit already. Onmund's amulet in exchange for my staff. Finally, we have an agreement. I look forward to having it back soon. The sooner the better, in fact. All right, then.
Some enemies just don't know when it's time to give up. Guess what? I found one of those ingredients I was looking for. Isn't that great? I see that you have a copy of the book Thief of Virtue. If you give it to me, I can read it aloud for you if you wish. I see that you have a copy of the book Galerion the Mystic. If you give it to me, I can read it aloud for you if you wish. All right. So, where do you want me to take you? So, hey, do you want my help? I see that you have a copy of the book Beggar Prince. If you give it to me, I can read it aloud if you wish.
I'm on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. A united empire is better for everyone.
Yes, what is it? All right. Yes, what is it? All right.
Show yourself. Guess it's all clear now. Thought I heard some.
Huh?
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits. All right, let's not overdo it. Meet me in my quarters.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
Some experiments the college frowns on.
Yes?
If they're aware of them, of course.
Still no word from your family?
No, I'm not expecting it.
Really?
If you're working on any experiments, please
I came
clean
all the
up
way
after
to
yourself.
Skyrim just to get away from my family's expectations.
My family didn't really approve of me coming here at all.
Oh, well that's...
Please
awkward.
don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
If you ever need something, especially something hard to come by, let me know.
Just like anywhere else, it's all about who you know. Lucky for you.
Excuse me,
you
Emperor.
know me.
Might I have a moment?
What is it?
Yes, apologies for the intrusion. I was wondering if you could possibly procure a few select items for me?
Really, Arniel? Because I seem to recall doing just that for you recently, at which point you assured me that you'd cover my expenses. And that, my nervous little friend, has not happened. Would you care to comment on that, perhaps?
Yes, I was unaware that I had forgotten that. I will, I'll take care of that as soon as possible.
See that you do.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you. You mean the official sort of business? Well, no. No, not really. But I can't help but notice that you're doing quite well for yourself. Rising through the ranks and all. It may not be official, but there is a project I've been working on. I wonder if perhaps you could assist with it. Yes. No, I don't think so. Not at this point. It's just that, well, I'm not even really sure it's going to amount to anything just yet. All theoretical right now, you understand? But the implications are quite intriguing, I think. I simply need some experimental results to confirm my suspicions. Just bring me some Dwemer cogs. I need to examine them for the methods used in forging them. 10 of them should be enough for me to get a better understanding of how they were crafted. That's all I need, all right? The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable. Ah, that's excellent news. This will be most helpful in furthering my research. I'm afraid I can't offer you much right now, but please take this. And perhaps, if this is all successful, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's too early to be getting excited. Still, this is most encouraging. Thank you again. If I require anything else, I shall be sure and let you know.
Awkward. Sorry to have brought it up.
As a matter of fact, there is something you can do for me. I had retained Enther's services in, acquiring something specific. But now he's refusing to deliver. Could you perhaps speak with him and see if we can come to some sort of arrangement? Uh-huh.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits. Pleasure doing business with you. Oh dear. He's so afraid to talk to me, he's sending you to do it? I should have expected as much. I'm afraid you've been a little misinformed. I have something of mine that I was going to sell to Arniel. You think you can do what he can't, and I'll sell it to you. Then you're free to run off to him with it if you like. I have a friend, let's say, who's interested in a staff. A particular one. It's nothing dangerous, so don't worry. I'm not even sure why he wants it, but then that's not really my concern. He's willing to pay for it. The problem is that it'll be a little difficult to acquire, seeing as how it's in the hands of someone who isn't exactly friendly.
No, not really.
So you bring that staff back here, and I'll consider it payment for the item Arniel was after.
Means I'm not being hounded about my progress to college. I still need some help, if you can spare the time. Exactly as I said it would. Now, are you ready to try again? I am confident it will work this time. This will be worth it. Okay, now don't move at all. Oh my. That isn't right. Just wait. I can fix this. Oh no, that's not it at all. Let me try again. This really isn't turning out the way I'd hoped. I'll get it right this time. I swear. There. All better. Well, it all worked out in the end, didn't it? Oh, no, it hasn't. Let's be honest. I have a long way to go before I'm ready for the kind of advanced magic I've been attempting. But at least I know where to start now. Thank you. You've been a great help to me. I'd better get going.
College is a bit of an oddity in Skyrim. Magic isn't something that's looked upon fondly here. I didn't think you'd really give it back. Thank you, friend. It's good to know I can count on you. Mm-hmm.
I see that you have a copy of the book Thief of Virtue. Uh-oh. Look over there. Uh-oh. Look over there. I'm sure I've heard something. Why don't you crawl back into the egg and listen? Why don't you crawl?
my years, I've never seen such a thing. As a matter of fact, there is something you can do for me. I had retained Enther's services in, acquiring something specific. But now he's refusing to deliver. Could you perhaps speak with him and see if we can come to some sort of arrangement? Until next time.
I see that you have a copy of the book Galerion the Mystic. If you give it to me, I can read it aloud for you if you wish. Of course. Sure. Anything in particular you have in mind? Oh well, whatever. Glad that you understand that I can handle this on my own without you interfering. Talk later. I see that you have a copy of the book Thief of Virtue. If you give it to me, I can read it aloud for you if you wish. Tell me, what do you want? All right. I'm sorry? Well, if you insist. As you wish. Sure. Anything in particular you have in mind? Sure. I'm not afraid of staring the enemies right into the eyes. Sure. Anything in particular you have in mind? Alright, I kill them from behind for sure. But if you want me to be your marksman, I expect you to provide me with arrows. Shall we continue?
Someone there.
Someone there?
Yes, what is it?
Please cut me down. Thanks for getting me out of that. Bashnag's coven chased me out and left me for dead down here. Nobody lasts too long with the spiders. Please, will you help me get out of here? If the coast is clear, I'll make a break for it. Bashnag's circle of mages. Well, they live here. They made it pretty clear that I'm no longer welcome. I am, and I don't want to hear your moral judgments about it either. I wouldn't have had to study in secret in the old days. I won't be myself for some time. I just need to get out of here and recover. These are no dainty college mages. Bashnag has the skill of a magister and the mind of a warlord. This is a dangerous bunch. They're good company. If you want to study necromancy in peace, though.
My daughter was sent to the orphanage there when I stood accused of illegal necromancy. I had no choice. Run or die. I joined with Bashnag then, but I thought of Savella every day, so I snuck off hoping to find and steal away with her. Only she was gone. Shipped away to another orphanage or adopted, or... I didn't know what else to do, so I came back, hoping nobody noticed I left. I'm too weak right now. Between the spiders and the coven, I'd be dead before escaping the cave. Bashnag cursed me. I can't cast a spell to save my life right now. I'll have to wait until the way out is safe. Thank you. When I find my daughter, it will be thanks to you. When I find my daughter, it will be thanks to you.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Mirabelle does a fine job as master.
You haven't heard any more about dragon
Still,
sightings,
there's always room for improvement.
No, which is fine with me.
I think
Pity.
the college is due for a change in
You have any
leadership.
idea how much
That
fangs would be
incident
worth?
in Morthal was
Or
just
even
a
better,
misunderstanding.
bottle their flame.
No matter what
The right
the guards
buyer
You're
would
working
pay
on
an
an
immense
experiment.
amount.
Please clean up after yourself.
Their flame? I can't. No,
Watch it.
I don't think
Even
I'm
with
any
the
interest
college's
in
laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits. Well, well. All right. You delivered on your end, so I'll deliver on mine. Here's the gem Arniel was after. Can't imagine what he expects to do with that. It's warped beyond any ability to capture a soul.
I see that you have a copy of the book Thief of Virtue. If you give it to me, I can read it aloud for you if you wish.
I'm working on some The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable. Do you? Wonderful. I was afraid I'd have to give up. And when I'm so close. Thank you for this. I have a great deal of work ahead of me.
Still no word.
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
Really?
All right then.
Must be so nice. I came all the way to Skyrim just to get away from my family's expectations.
I don't think anyone...
always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. The key to wards is that they take time to charge. Not long, but you can't start casting with a fireball coming at you. Also, if your ward isn't negated by an incoming spell, it will recharge itself after a moment or two. Just be careful. Casting wards requires constant concentration, and you can easily find yourself drained of your magicka reserves. Well, yes. This is rather embarrassing, but it seems I've misplaced something. I can't find my alembic. I suppose I could use another one, but... well, it sounds silly, but mine has sentimental value. If you happen to see it, would you mind bringing it to me? My alembic. I need it for some research and can't seem to find it. Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Mare fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Eliad, Gwemmer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka. Yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go. Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Psijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants. Technically, that is true, but I still report to the Aldmeri Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved. Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. It is good to meet you in person. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided. We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry. Were you about to say something? I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Psijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. Has Tofdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject.
Well,
all right then.
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here she is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this. I'm not sure what just happened, but I assure you I will get to the bottom of it. Whatever it is those Psijics are up to, they cannot be trusted. For all we know, he's here to scout out the college. I'm sure they want to undermine our efforts. This orb, the Eye of Magnus, whatever you want to call it, it's clearly powerful, and no doubt they want it for themselves. I expect to be informed if they make any future attempts to contact you.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership. It's not enough that you've stolen the spotlight with this eye thing. Now you're looking for the Augur. I'm not sure what you're playing at, but you do well to remember your place around here. Until next time.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Are you looking for any specific volumes, Travis?
You can see me? But you can hear me, obviously. Something still isn't quite right. At least I'm making progress. Oh my, that's quite a difficult question. Never underestimate the ability to influence others. Whether they're friends or foes, they're almost all susceptible to illusion spells. They can turn the tide of a battle in a moment's notice. There are also spells that help in avoiding conflict altogether. Invisibility is tricky to master, but exceptionally useful. There may be a matter in which your skills could be useful. The various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing. Very well. These specially enchanted gloves will allow you to delve directly into the focal points for these energies. Go to each focal point and remove whatever impurities you may find there. Return the gloves to me when you have finished. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible consequences. Use the gloves to clear the focal points. Return to me when you have finished. I thought I made this rather clear. Good day. Oh, no, not really. Actually, I've forgotten what I was looking for.
Well then, let me know if you need anything.
What's that? Oh, yes, thank you. I will.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. There are no expectations. This college is a place to study and practice magic freely. Hopefully any discoveries made in your pursuits will be shared with the members of the college first. That way, we all benefit. No more than anyone else, I don't think. They're a very old order, predated the Imperial Mages Guild by quite a bit. In fact, the Mages Guild was founded in opposition to the idea of the Psijic Order, that only an elite few should have control over magic. No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though. Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Veralda can teach destruction spells, and offers training in that school. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of Skyrim, and can help with spells from that school. Don't let Tolfdir fool you. He's the preeminent scholar on alteration, one of the best in Tamriel, and always willing to pass on his knowledge. If you can find him and focus his attention, there's a great deal Drevis can teach you about illusion magic. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic. That's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Very well. It's not something often discussed, as it might be misunderstood by the locals. The Augur is down in the midden, below the college. I don't recommend going down there unless it's absolutely necessary.
You consider restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you? Don't you? Good. Good. Not that I require validation, of course. There are just some, and I shan't name names, who would disagree. It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the research one engages in. Well, no, not really. Not directly, I mean. But I know things are being said behind my back. Conversations cease when I enter rooms. I'm quite aware of what's going on here, and I will not stand for it.
Until next time.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward. Yes, they have. I can feel the difference already. But, of course, I'm far more in tune with these sorts of things than most. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance.
I wonder if they have a copy of ABC for barbarians here. I seem to have mislaid mine.
What? Why the audacity?
So, where are we going now? Oh, am I standing in your way? Oh, sorry. Oh. I see that you have a copy of the book Thief of Virtue. If you give it to me, I can read it aloud for you if you wish. Did you hear that noise? Wonder what it was. What are you doing? Did you hear that noise? Wonder what it... Go! Tim, I'm gonna nail him with my arrows. You leave her alone! Some enemies just don't know when it's time to give up.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter. I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. You seek that which all who wield magic seek, knowledge. You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Thalmor sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others. No. Though you may be the last, the one who calls himself Ancano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something.
Obviously not a Brina store.
It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that can save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further. You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your Archmage.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have now only one thing left that I need to collect before we can return to Amnesia. Isn't that great? Yes, I'm so happy. Now we only need to find this last thing though. It's a dragon bone. You don't happen to have one somewhere? I mean, else we will have to wait for a dragon to kill, won't we? You have? Oh, that is absolutely wonderful. Let's return to Amnesia in the Eldergleam Sanctuary. I'm sure she will be very pleased with what we have collected. Talk later. go. frick.
Welcome to Elder Green Sanctuary, my friend. If you have any questions, speak to Asta.
Yes? Yes?
Finally here. Let's go and find her.
Yes?
Amnesia, guess what? We have found all the ingredients now.
All of them? That's good.
Here they are. Do you think you can do something to restore the content of the bottle now?
Yes, I think it should be possible. But it will take a little time, and I need to be alone while working on it.
I understand. Is there anything you'd like us to do for you tonight?
Yes, there is. I have completed a list of ingredients for my friend Jelena. If you could bring it to her, this would be of great help for our research.
Oh, I'm sure we can do that.
Here, give this note to Jelena. I believe she could be in Windhelm by now.
But, I don't know what she looks like.
Your friend will recognize her. Give the note to your friend, and then the two of you can go to Windhelm together.
I will do so. Oh, Amnesia, this is so exciting, and I'm so grateful for your help.
I am happy to help whenever I can. That is what I'm here for. Yes?
I have promised Amnesia that we will run with an errand for her while she restores the content of my bottle. Here, take this ingredients list. It is for Jelena, the pilgrim you met earlier on. It is better that you have it, as you can recognize her. Amnesia told me that she is likely to be in Windhelm. We should go there and find her. And once we return here, maybe, hopefully, Amnesia has been able to restore the content of my mysterious bottle. Oh, it's so exciting. Don't you think so too? Talk later. Hi there.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire.
This one's a
Take a
favorite of
seat
mine.
and get the cold out.
Legend we all know and love.
Every night, I walk around the Grey Quarter and let them grayskins know what I think of them.
Yes? Good, good. I have been waiting to hear from her. I dearly hope her work is proceeding well, and that she has found all the plans she needed. Goodbye.
To the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, beware.
Hello there. I see that you have a copy of the book Thief of Virtue. If you give it to me, I can read it aloud for you if you wish.
I am glad you're here. We need to talk about Vilja's bottle. I have managed to restore the content of the bottle. These are the good news. However, it wasn't exactly what I had expected. It was worse. You better look for yourselves. Just follow the path to the stairs. Goodbye.
Come, let's go and have a picnic. This is so exciting. Henry, is that really you?
It's not really me. It's a tiny green-haired, red-eyed midget from a deep, mysterious underworld. Oh, don't be silly. Of course it's me. You're so much smaller than I had expected. But I do look younger. Don't I?
No. Beautiful. Well, maybe, but the main thing is of course that you are not, well, fluid anymore.
Not fluid. There was absolutely nothing in a recipe of the potion of eternal human beauty that indicated that I would become fluid as a side effect.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have doubled the strength of the potion.
Bah! You just take a little of this and a little of that, and you mix it, and then you drink it. You should have worked like a jar. I can't understand what went wrong. And Vilja, I am very grateful that you took care of me and brought me all the way here. You're a good friend. As always.
Oh, of course I wanted to help you. But tell me, how are you feeling now?
Feeling? I'm the size of a midget, and I am still making flashing sounds whenever I try to move. How would that make you feel? So, even if I'm out of a bottle, I wouldn't exactly call myself cured.
Can we help you in any way?
Yes. Of course you can. I need something to stabilize myself, and something to bring myself back to a normal size. And I need something to drink. Can you imagine being trapped inside a bottle for what appears to be an eternity, not being able to drink at all?
So, tell me, what do you need?
I've been doing some thinking while waiting for it to show up. But first, I want to thank your friend over there. I assume the two of you have been working together on getting me out of this bottle. Hello there. There's no reason to be shy. Come over here and talk for a while with old Dunmer Lee. What's on my mind? Well, I want to thank you, of course. After all, it isn't only thanks to Vilja, but I finally got out of a bottle. And it won't be all thanks to her if I manage to regain my normal size and get rid of this feeling of splashing. she'll need your help to help me. And I do hope you will help her. Good. Good. Then I will tell you what I need in order to regain my full health and strength. I need blood. Yeah, that's exactly what I need. But not any blood will do, of course. In order to regain my size, I need at least 10 drops of blood from a blood relative. A blood relative from a great house, Lalu. I'm sure that somewhere in Skyrim there must be someone who carries my beautiful surname. And I'm sure that someone as sharp as you can convince this relative of mine to provide me with the blood I need to recover. If you can't charm them, maybe you could just torture them a bit. Or something like that. Use your creativity. Just make sure you bring me the blood. Now, before you go searching for my relatives, there's just one more thing. What do you think of the potion of eternal youth and beauty? Did it do its job? I mean, apart from making fluid and reducing my size by 50%, did it have any good effects as well? I do look young and beautiful, don't I? I beg your pardon? Of course it didn't! You see, a done with beauty is supposed to look stern, stubborn, and irresistible. I think the potion pretty much had that effect. Maybe I have to work a little on stubborn, though. I must admit, I've always been a little too, well, weak. Right. Let's not discuss my looks. Well, at least not right now. I'll be perfectly happy to continue the discussion later on. What we need right now is blood from a relative of mine. I'm sure you can sort that out somehow. Preferably without killing anyone, of course. I will be waiting for you.
So tell me, what did Aniri say? Lalu. I'm pretty sure that I have heard about someone with the name Lalu here in Skyrim. But where was that? Isn't there a Lalu farm somewhere? Now where was that? I'm sure it was in a snowy area. And not too far from a city. No, I can't recall. At least not right now. We have to look around for it. Talk later.